Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about something that most of you already know that you should be doing, but that you're probably not taking the time to do as much as you should be. It's something that I see very commonly. I even see it in my own training. It's something that everybody experiences, but lots of people have a hard time taking the time to fix it, and that is your form. What I will commonly see is people will send me a video or will look at a video of their lifts together, and they'll usually be able to point out one or two things with their technique that they know they need to be improving. The question you have to ask yourself is, if you knew you needed to make these improvements, why didn't you make them already? And so in this video we're going to talk about one or two things that'll hopefully help you guys out with that. The first one being lower the weight on the bar. What happens is we go into the gym and we practice squatting or deadlifting or benching with a certain movement pattern, and if we have a technique deficiency or a habit that's not very safe, oftentimes we'll repeat that habit over and over and over, and we practice it and we get strong going through that suboptimal movement pattern. And so what happens is one day we decide that we're going to change our form, we're going to try and make it better, but we've gotten strong in this suboptimal position or this suboptimal range of motion. So what we need to do is we need to make ourselves strong in the new position that we want to be in. For example, if you're used to deadlifting with a rounded back, that's where you're naturally going to revert to when the weights get heavy. Because when you're lifting heavy weights, anything over 75% really, you're not going to be able to do much as far as changing form. You're just going to be focused on finishing and completing the lifts, and your body's most likely going to revert to the position that it's strongest in. So if we want to correct form and we want to get strong and ingrain a new movement pattern, we need to lower the weight. That way we can work with a weight that allows us to get into a new position that we can force ourselves to maintain as we go throughout the reps. And it's going to take a long time to break those old habits and relearn a new movement pattern. But if we take the time to lower the weight and get into those good positions and then ingrain those good positions, it's going to help us out a lot in the long run, and it's going to help us stay safer, and it's going to help us lift more weight. The second thing that most people nowadays are doing, but some people aren't really utilizing it the way they should be, is recording their lifts. Most of us are recording our lifts, whether it's for our own viewing or for social media or for a coach or whatever, but record multiple sets. Record multiple sets using the same weight for the same amount of repetitions, and look and say, oh, well, on this set my back was a little flatter. On this set my back was a little bit more rounded. And take a note of those technique differences so that you can adjust in between sets. Every single repetition we do, every single set we do needs to be thought of like practice. So if you're practicing deadlifting, squatting, or benching in a way that you don't want to be squatting, deadlifting, or benching, then you're essentially practicing it wrong. So you need to take the time to lower the weight, be aware of the corrections that need to be made so that you can make those corrections, and do it at an intensity that allows you to maintain the corrections that you want to have in your lifting. That's it for today, guys. If you like the video, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're going to have a lot more good information. If you have any suggestions or questions about videos you'd like to see in the future, go ahead and comment below. Thanks.